Hey, Pixelbitten here, taking a look at Cannonball Blitz, a brutally difficult but kind of addicting platformer for TI-99 4A. This is a pretty faithful port of the 1982 Apple II game Cannonball Blitz, which also received VIC-20 port. The programmer behind this one seems to be James Landowski, a programmer who also worked on the TI-99 4A versions of Dig Dug and Centipede, and is credited as J. Lando on the game's title screen. The Apple II and VIC-20 versions were published by Sierra, but it's unclear whether the TI-99 4A version was published under contract or license at all. The game has 3 stages, and each one amps up the difficulty further. The final stage in particular is just brutal, but I find the game equal parts fun and frustrating in that classic platformer way. Anyway, let's take a look at the game, shall we? In the first level, you're climbing up a series of platforms, launching yourself upwards via seesaw pivots. You're at the mercy of the RNG here, as the cannonballs which roll along them might or might not fall down the trapdoor you want them to. So you'll end up doing a fair amount of waiting most of the time, looking for a safe pattern and a ball which goes down the right chute. You can jump both vertically and diagonally, but vertical jumps need to be much more precise when used to jump a cannonball. They're still handy though, as when a cannonball gets too close, they're the only safe way to jump it. They also allow you to jump sequences of cannonballs that are more tightly spaced. So they're a useful panic option, and they're also used to grab hammers, but most of the time, you want to jump diagonally. Eventually, you'll reach the top of the ramp. When you get there, just grab a hold of the balloon and head for the flag. Since it's on a loop, you might have to wait for a bit while jumping cannonballs before a balloon's ready to take you to the finish, but there'll always be another on the way. The second stage is completely different and is really about picking the right path. You can jump enemy carts or kill them with hammers here though, so you have some flexibility as far as pathing goes. The goal is to destroy all the bridges so the enemy falls down the center column. I have a preferred approach you can see here which gets things done pretty efficiently, but there are lots of options, and this is, in my opinion, the easiest level. The only hard part is hitting the correct positioning for the ladders consistently, as they're pretty unforgiving. Jumping carts, if you end up having to do it, is actually easier than it looks. Now the third stage of this game is a real bastard, with a lot of really unforgiving platform jumps. There are a couple different ways to complete this stage, and one is to manipulate the cannons into destroying each other in order to avoid at least one pixel-perfect time-sensitive jump. In particular, you want to manipulate the magenta cannon into destroying the yellow one with its cannonball, as its platform is the most difficult jump in the entire level. The cannons generally track in the direction of your own vertical position, so you can encourage them towards the right position with respect to your current one and theirs. Obviously, time wasted attempting a manipulation will detract from your bonus score, but you've got a fair amount of time to work with. If the cannons don't cooperate, you can just play this level in the most straightforward and probably the intended way, but it's going to be a bit harder. Let's take a look at that. A comment on the moving platforms here first. The moving platform jumps are a lot more finicky than they look. Vertically, you need to land on them, with the destination platform just below your jumping off point. Horizontally, you need to aim for the far edge. The near edge or even the midpoint will usually just see you fall through the platform. After that, your major worry is the 2 platform jumps where you'll find cannons waiting for you. What looks like the intended strategy here is to jump at the right moment and on the right pixel to grab the hammer and destroy them before they overrun you. But this is not easy. You also have cannonballs occasionally making their way down the screen, and the cannonball's hitbox is a little larger than the ball itself, so avoid its path fairly carefully while you go around this. Once you've made the 2 key platform jumps, it's up to the level of the main cannon. Wait a cannonball cycle, and across you go to a position underneath the cannonball's initial trajectory. Then, on the next cycle, you can just climb up and reach the flag. Once you beat the third stage, and after a little fanfare, it's back to stage 1 for another go at it. Not even a congratulations, you are a fundamentally superior form of human being if you manage to beat this damn game. Oh well. So that's Cannonball Blitz for TI-99 4A. A fun, if unforgiving, Donkey Kong clone for the TI-99, closely based on the original for Apple II. Tough single-screen platformers aren't for everybody, but for those who enjoy them, and the TI-99 4A fans out there, one worth giving a shot. As an aside to close things out, here is a one cycle of the first level, just to demonstrate that's possible. That is to say, the fastest possible completion of that level, accomplished by reaching the first balloon at the top level before it ascends. Something extra to try in case this game just didn't challenge you enough as it is.